There's a saying that I see frequently all over the internet. We hear it all the time. Comparison is the thief of joy. And while that could be true, I think it's important to note that it is important to compare yourself to people who are doing what it is you want to do. Okay? Ignoring comparison might bring you some peace, but it's also going to eliminate your progress. That's the problem. Okay, so when we compare ourselves to people, the key to comparing ourselves to people to the point where we don't get frustrated or as frustrated is understanding where they are versus where we are. Understanding how much time they've put in versus how much time we've put in. We all like to look at people who are far, far, far down the line and compare ourselves to them. I do the same thing. I don't compare myself to other people who are on my level. I compare myself to the best people that have ever lived.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited, fired up. We are jumping into the beginning of the month of March. Madness, is it official? We have absolutely dove into the month full speed with a head of steam. And I've got a great topic for everybody today. We're going to be diving in and we're going to be talking a little bit about the banquet of life, right? This is coming from a powerful piece out of the Stoics. So I'm excited to go ahead and share this topic with everybody today because I believe this is a perfect time in the season to go ahead and get this message out. JoJo, what's happening, girl? Sending prayers and blessings over to your side. I know everything is well over there. So let me go ahead and get live on Instagram. And while I go ahead and get this set up, let's drop a little bit of gratitude down below before we go ahead and get started because this is going to be a topic you do not want to miss. All right, so here we go. The Banquet of Life, IG. Let's get it. Awesome, family. So grateful for God. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so thankful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. I'm so thankful for all the abundance that is flowing to and through us. I'm thankful for the morning rituals, vibrating high, really getting deep into the wish fulfilled. Even honestly, even 200 days later, even for myself, one of my biggest focuses is still being able to really feel the feeling every time that we actually get into these meditations, visualizing, right? Being able to see what we can't see already. That's why on that call with Neno and Matt just now, one of the biggest keys that he just talked about, why is it that somebody can go doing their rituals, their morning routine for a week straight, months at a time, and they never see any results, right? I've been there. That was me. And one of the biggest things I realized was just that, being having the switch to really get emotionally involved and start feeling what it is that I was actually writing down. So grateful for the family. I'm so grateful for today because today is a day we've never seen before and a day that we'll never be able to see again. So I'm thankful we get to go ahead and step into it. So let's go ahead and crush the day. Christian in here. I love to see it. Let's go. My man's a perfect example of being able to push through trials and tribulations. Just had his car totaled. Now we just got a new job. He's having life start to work in his favor. Lady boss Nikki, same thing, right? She's got to move out in a matter of 10 days. So you can see how life is hitting from multiple different aspects for all of us. But the difference is holding the wish fulfilled, knowing that it's already done, and life is working out in our favor. So to be able to go back and look at these calls, I love to see it because this is going to be documented. So let's keep it going. All right, family, you ready? The banquet of life. You ready? Still impacting daily. Let's go. No excuses. Ready? The banquet of life. Okay. Check this out. This chapter is so powerful right here. Okay. The banquet of life. Ready? He says, remember to conduct yourself in life as if it was a banquet. Some things being passed around come to you. Reach out your hand and take a moderate helping. Does it pass you by? Don't stop it. It hasn't come yet. Don't burn a desire for it, but wait until it arrives in front of you. Act this way with children, spouse, your goals, your health, your visions, and one day it will make you worthy of a banquet with the gods. You ready? So watch this. Here's the next paragraph where it really opens up. He says, the next time you see something that you want, remember Epictetus' metaphor of the life's banquet. As you find yourself getting excited, ready to do anything and everything to go out and get it, the equivalent of reaching across the table and grabbing a dish out of somebody else's hands. Just remind yourself that's bad manners and it's unnecessary. Then wait patiently for your turn, right? This metaphor has other interpretations too. Now watch the flip side. For instance, we might reflect how lucky we are to be invited to such a wonderful feast, gratitude, or that we should take the time and savor the taste of what's actually on our offer, enjoying the present moment, right? But instead, most people want to go ahead and stuff their face with food and drinks, and that serves nobody. The least of our health is gluttony, and it's a deadly sin that at the end of the meal, it's rude not to help the host clean up and do the dishes, selfishness. And finally, the next time it's our turn to host and treat others just as we had been treated, charity, enjoy the meal, right? So a couple different pieces that it talked about just in that little piece: the power of gratitude, the power of the present moment, the power of our sins, how people can just go ahead and eat and take the last thing from anybody and not feel any regret after it, right? And last but not least, is selfishness and charity. I love that. So this put a couple of different pieces together, right? How many of us think about it? If we're at a banquet, for eating dinner, right? And we see this phenomenal food on somebody else's plate, and we're looking at it and we're staring at it, and our plate's not as full, it's not as great as theirs, and we want to go ahead and just take their plate and go ahead and grab it. Not realizing a couple different things, right? Number one, there's a reason why. Maybe it is that they're getting that plate, right? Maybe they've earned it. Maybe they put in a little bit more sweat equity and they deserve that plate, right? Okay, a couple different things. The next thing, how many of us have ever looked at somebody and we've ever tried to compare our chapter to their chapter? Somebody else's chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 10. One of the biggest lessons I learned along my journey of entrepreneurship: never compare your chapter, right? Chino used to always tell me, D, the only difference between me and you is just time. I've only just been doing it a little bit longer than you. I've been looking at the charts a little bit longer. I've had a little bit more personal development. So I'm going to say the same thing to every one of us. The only difference between us and our mentors, whether it be trading, e-commerce, right, building a little bit more self-confidence, is just time. They've been able to honestly look at this information and interpret it at a completely different level, right? You got to think about it even for myself. I've been inside of this company since 2017. Here, hold on. IG fell off for a second. Let me get them back on. Right? I've been doing this since 2017. And I've been able to see so much success pass right in front of my face. And guess what I had to do? I had to be able to understand that even though that they've got this phenomenal plate of food that's been passed to them, I know that my plate is coming. I had to be able to sit patient and wait and know that as the deep work keeps going, as we keep doing the inner work, as we keep showing up, here's the way the world works. If God gave somebody else their present, if God gave somebody else their gifts, guess what? That means ours are on the way, right? Time just has to go ahead and keep going. So whether it be trading, whether it was e-commerce, even right now, as we speak today on this phone, I've seen people start their e-commerce store in a matter of literally 3 weeks, in a matter of a month's time, and I've already seen them been able to make $7,000 months, right? Future profits do not guarantee past profits, but at the end of the day, results aren't typical, so don't be typical. But this is what's possible when you really step into your greatness, when you really can go ahead and get aligned with success, because you start to realize that this is a part for anybody. Just because somebody else got their mail does not mean that ours isn't on the way. So I wanted to go ahead and put this in perspective, to think about this banquet of life, okay? If we've all taken this beautiful drive, we pulled up to this amazing mansion all together, and we're sitting at this elegant, beautiful table. We're all well dressed, we're all clean, we have amazing energy, we're excited, we're sitting there in anticipation, waiting for this phenomenal meal for all of us, right? We're sitting here, we're having these beautiful conversations, we're laughing, the energy is just contagious. This is the feeling to wake up every day, right? To know that we're sitting at the table, to have the gratitude that look who's sitting next to us. Look to the left, look to the right, look at the educators, look at the mentorship, look at the value that we have, right? And knowing as we're sitting here, we've already got our napkin on our lap. We've already got our drinks ready to go. We've got our plate sitting right here. We've got our utensils. Look. We've got our utensils sitting right here, ready to eat. What's going on, brother? So it's knowing that the dinner plate is already coming, right? It's already on the way. And this is what I had to really understand. When I was broke, when I was sleeping out of my car, when I had no job, I had to be able to be patient. I had to be able to know that this phenomenal dinner is coming. Abundance and blessings is flowing to and through each and every one of us, but it takes being able to get aligned with it first, right? The second that we're sitting at the table and we're looking at somebody else's food and say, how come their plate looks so nice? How come I haven't got my plate yet? Our mentors say it all the time. Whatever we resist persists, right? And this is what I was doing for so long. I was looking at other people's success and I would get envious. I would wonder and I would ask myself, how come they're leveling up and I'm not? How come they're seeing all these quantum leaps and I feel like I'm doing all the work? You know what was happening? I really wasn't doing deep work. I was doing shallow work. And that's a big reason why I'm so serious about even the morning rituals, getting on here every single day with you guys to let you know how powerful it is to do just that, to be able to master the mind, to be able to master our emotions, right? So one of the biggest tips to go ahead and end this off, for the banquet of life, I want you guys to give me what do you think is the most powerful emotion that any of us can go ahead and step in and feel every day, right? I'll give you two. I'll give you two guesses, right? What are two of the most powerful emotions that each of us can step into every day? And this is one of the most important lessons of sitting at the banquet of life. You ready? Who can give me a guess? Number one is going to be gratitude. Number two, love, right? My mentor says it all the time. He says, are you ready for the love, right? When you know what's inside, when you know what you're capable of, the question starts to become, am I ready for the love? When people start hitting you up with all these abundant messages, thank you for your value. Thank you for your story. Thank you for stepping out into the unknown to go ahead and lead the way for me. So if you guys want one big tip on how to really sit in gratitude, I want to go ahead and give it to you guys. You ready? When you can truly understand this is going to change a lot for you, because it changed the game for me. You ready? When we're able to go ahead and see everything as magical, guess what? Life becomes magical. Anything. Perfect example. When I was going to work and I popped my tire, the old me used to get so upset. That would ruin my whole day, right? But the new me started to be able to see it at a different level. The new me could start to understand that, thank God that tire got popped, because I could have got hit by a truck going in a matter of 3 miles. Somebody that blew a stop sign. You see? Changing the way you see things. So all the lessons that happened to me in my life, I've been able to see it at a completely different perspective. Whenever I see an ambulance, guess what? I'm saying a prayer, right? Hopefully that person's healthy. Hopefully that person's okay. When I see a cop go by, that used to give me butterflies, used to give me nervous. Now I say thank you for being able to be somebody of protection. When I see somebody that's on the street, anytime I'm there to give. Even if I don't have anything to give physically, I can give my love. I can give my words, because I know maybe that person, life happened to them. So I've been able to see the magical moments in every part of my life. If I feel like I'm getting tested, I sit down and I ask myself, what is the lesson that needs to be learned right here, right now? Is it patience? Is it greed? Is it jealousy? Is it ego? But I've been able to see the magic inside of the situation and turn it into a magical experience. So every day when I wake up, there's no such thing as a bad day for me anymore. I don't have bad days. We might have character building moments, but we don't have bad days anymore. You see, nothing is either good, nothing is bad. It is what we make it. And that's true power. So are we able to sit in gratitude for where we are right here, right now? Because here's the truth, family. Here's the real raw truth. Where we're sitting right now is nothing but a reflection of our most dominant thoughts and our thinking. So where we're at is exactly where we need to be, and it's setting us up for where it is that we're going and who it is that we're becoming each and every day. So family, that's my training for everybody today. Sitting down at the banquet of life and knowing how grateful it is to be around the circle of influence, to have this phenomenal meal coming on our way, ka-chings, withdrawals, traveling out to Cancun, Mexico in July with the family for these phenomenal experiences. So let me tell you, I've never been so excited in my past 5 years, because I know the best is yet to come. So family, just know we're just getting started. I'm fired up. I'm excited. It is a wonderful week. A lot of abundance is coming for March Madness. If you haven't got your tickets already for Orlando, iamacademy.com/events. You can go ahead and snag that for Orlando. Rotterdam, for those of you that are international, your ticket is waiting for you. But family, I love you guys. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Defund Dreams. Nobody told you today. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. And I'm so, so grateful for all the abundance that is coming into our lives. So remember, you can be, do, or have anything that you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. I love you, family. Go out and be great. You already know. It's game time. Let's go.
That's good.